We know this group is exceptionally tough. Like I said, the group of death. So the first challenge was enormous, and the second challenge will even be as enormous as the first one, or maybe even greater, because Angola is a very tactical team, technically good. Their league is very strong, so they've got a lot of very potential, great talents coming through that wants to go abroad. So yeah, this is the perfect time for them to showcase it. So we know what we're going to be up against. But like I said, we like being the underdog because it's just nice to be underestimated, and then we can always surprise everybody on the day of the game. So we know we're going to be up against a team that's really good, irrespective of their first match, the result that they've got, but they're going to come against us with so much to prove, and hopefully the boys will be ready for the challenge and looking to try and surprise themselves and the rest of the world by having something positive coming out of tomorrow's game.
It was a sector from the support the past few days. Everyone is ready for the challenge tomorrow against our next opponent. So, as we said earlier, it's just one at a time, not rushing anything. So we focus for tomorrow's big clash.
I think they play a 3-4-3, 3 attackers, and then yeah, they do tend to press teams high. But like I said, for me, it's all about focusing on the players and just to stay calm and not panic, because I know the first game there was a lot of nerves within the starting 11 and the camp and itself, because it was the first time for many of them starting and playing in such a major tournament. So I think it's just to be calm, because we are very comfortable on the ball and we know our abilities. So yeah, as much as they want to press, maybe it will play in our favor, because like I said, we do work a lot of playing out from the back. So once we can beat the first press and then get in behind the front 3 and then midfield 4, and I think we'll find ourselves in decent situations. Then it's all about just the team being a little bit more clinical and using us beating their press to be more clinical in scoring goals, which the first match we did kind of, our executions wasn't as good, but the win was there. And I think against Angola, if we are more clinical and more secure with ourselves in front of goal, I think we can have a lot of joy, as good as a team that they are. But at the end of the day, we always focus on ourselves and what we do, and we try and do it the best that we possibly can, and then we leave it up to the opponents to figure things out. We set our team up to our comfort, you know, also to cause a little bit of a problem for the opposition, because you see a centre back or a left back playing at number 6 role, so it's kind of confusing. But I think it gives us the comfort, because the players that we want freely on the ball get to do that, because playing Mansour in midfield, he's a young player, he's energetic, he's very athletic, so he gives you a little bit of an edge where the way you want to press, and then you win the ball, and then the players that will need to get the ball through. So yeah, that was basically it, and also the threat that DRC possesses, where they do prefer to go very long and direct straight into the big striker. So we needed someone with a bit of more agility and flexibility, just to screen off so that they don't get to play the system the way that they want to play, that could hurt us. And if they change their style of play, which will suit us better. So, and that was the reason for all the changes.
I say it's a matter of teamwork, so we have to protect one another. It's like a family. You can never let your brother or sister be in a danger. You have to cover him or her. So that's the It's just a matter of team.
I think me and you, we watched a completely different game because we analyzed the game and we reported back to the players and we talked about things we could do better and things that we can improve on for the next game, and that surely wasn't one. I was completely satisfied with the front three that we had. Yeah, they did more and beyond, and I thought they were just a little bit unlucky not to be on the score sheet themselves. But it's not about who does what. Players play according to the instructions, and on the pitch, sometimes you have to use your initiative. If you see something needs changing, and then you change on the pitch. You don't wait and run over to ask the coaches what they have to do, because we're just a guideline for them, you know. But when they're on the pitch, they do. And I think Masood is someone that can hold the ball up really well for us, which he did. And he brought players like Austin, Ryan, and Sakwa into the game very well. So I was very pleased with his performance. And unfortunately for me, I'm having to change situations because he picked up an injury, so he might not be available for tomorrow's match, but we are still hopeful. It's just a minor issue, but hopefully it won't turn into a big issue. But yeah, I was completely satisfied with the performance of the team and the work ethic and the desire to win a football match they showed me. So that's my observation and the feedback that I gave back. So
it was a good moment. I saw it like I was the last man standing for the team. It was a good, proud moment. Everybody congratulated me, but I had to do it for the nation, for everybody involved. So I think the win was for everybody. So I managed to save 55 million.
No, we're pretty fortunate, and like I said, the Juma one is also not serious, but rather safe than sorry, because I think we still have a long road ahead, and you don't want to risk forcing players to play for the cause to help the team to win a game. I think we've got 23 capable players in the team. Anyone, if one is not 100% fit, the next player we choose will do as good as a job as the next. So the squad is well balanced. So now we don't have any new injuries, just I think a lot of fatigueness and intensity from the first game, and the turnover to the next game wasn't so great. It's playing on Sunday and then playing on Thursday again, so you've got 3 days literally to recover, to prepare your body again to go another gruesome 90 minutes against a team who's gonna probably come at you from all angles. So yeah, to recover in 3 days is very tough. So yeah, so we don't have new injuries to concern.
I can just say that we have prepared to improve, as the coach said earlier. Where didn't go well, we worked on them. Where went well, we worked on how to do it better. So it's a matter of concentration at the back, because the clean sheet was not only from defenders. I said before, it's a matter of teamwork, because defending starts on top. So it's everyone involved. So if the concentration is good, 100%, everything will be good in every position, from the back to front. Not only for me, but for every player. It's a great platform. Everyone is working hard to make a step in the other leagues in the world. So it's a good moment for every one of us in the team. So whoever gets the chance has to work, has to do something, because every tournament there are some agents watching. You don't know who's watching. So as long as you keep your 100%, You don't know what's going to happen. So everybody is motivated to be here in this tournament and to play its best. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, I think the 2-0 loss to Morocco for Angola is not a true reflection of a team that they are, but Morocco took their chances and they secured the victory. So for us, we analyze that and we see where Angola is good and what they do well as a team, in possession and out of possession. So I think, yeah, we'll set up so that we can counter their strengths and then also play to our advantage and where we play, because they play, like I said, they play with a back three, and then they've got 4 in midfield and 3 attackers, which allows the wing backs of them to go really high up the pitch and join up in the front, and then they almost have like they have a front 5. So yeah, we have to deal with that and we have to find solutions to contain them, but also exposes them at some point in the game, and that's how Morocco was able to capitalize on them. So modern day football is not about team that has 70% of the ball possession. It's about how you finish. It's all about how you create your chances, how you make your chances, and how you take them. And I'm very happy for us not to have 80% or 60% or 50% of the ball, but as long as we're clinical and as long as we're dangerous in the right areas of the pitch that can hurt them, then there, because when you look at the stats, they had 68% of the ball possession. They had 14 on target, 28 shots on goal. Morocco had 6 or 7, but what was the end result? So it's not about how well you move and how well you keep the ball. It's if you keep the ball in the areas where you can hurt your opponent, then that's the kind of football that I want to install in my team. That it's not always about being great in possession of the ball, but it's what you also do without the ball when you don't have the ball. So we work a lot on that. So we know that Angola is a team, they control and they manage, they look after the ball pretty well. So yeah, we're in for a long night tomorrow, where we're gonna have to chase and we're gonna have to work our socks off, not just individually but as a team. But when we do have our moments, we know where we can hurt them, where we can stick the knife in that will hurt, and hopefully it plans out for us the way we expect it to go. But we know